TV. At here we experienced some difficulties, some technical difficulties, and we are now back again. So whoever will logo out and ask we strong apologies because of the technical difficulties I experienced here. Now, and then you were Mr. Richard Donko, or me right, Liberal Party of Ghana, head of research group for UK, United Kingdom. Thank you, Richard.
Thank you.
And we also have Mr. Kitiosin, who is the chairman in UK for Progressive People Party, PPP. Thank you.
That's right.
Yeah. And also we also have Mr. Kweku Pimpe, who is the deputy communication director for MPP UK. Thank you, Kweku.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay. Now, Kweku, you go straight to the program on E-levy. Some commentators feel it will bring much needed benefit for the country. Others are saying it will bring hardship rather for the country.
Yeah.
It could also break down a number of businesses. And you'll be discussing in our. Kweku, Nanado say E-levy add over 900 million in much needed revenue for the country. I be bring it in. Now, this could be a way forward for our unemployment problems in our country. It will generate jobs and also it will help reduce our high public debts. However, other commentators are saying, is this the solution? Is this the solution for us as a country? To help us with our high public debts and unemployment.
That's it. Now, Sunny Edikano, as you apologize to all our viewers. First time I met chair, me MPP for the first of my chair. MPP Nibia UTM and Ajui, and I'm chairman Panic of Cancer Organa, I'm chairman of Luton. Any MPP Nibia, I'm director of communications and answerable for any communication team members. I'm Muti and Ajui, Michel Bibia. The master is tuning in, more share now, more comment in my. If you said I'm kind in my opening statement, and another statement will make here, it's not far from the truth. Of course, the E-levy administration, it comes with a lot of jobs on the side. There's a huge amount of jobs on the side, and also, the Sikana you to mobilize from the E-levy, will cut down on your debt. Sika free will baby and your interest. It's in statement me no another make it there. They can't swan now. Since you started, and I'm say. Because of COVID, any necra and Tokwa echoes with Ukraine. Countries in Bibri are very, very careful with almost fiscal policy plans and programs. Into the EU for say almost issue communicate to all member states. Almost guidelines. Quite almost for almost maintaining almost fiscal policy and fiscal environment. So I almost got it too much and I say almost to be lose out a bit too much. Now let me go through some of the guidelines are almost provided. Now, the TTM one is say EU for who say COVID affecting country member states economy. They say you be big. They say more guidelines are. They can't swan no. They say make sure that buying free scabi bri and now spending bri and I say about before coin for swan or the raise taxes because you say economy no akofom. Na yenima COVID no ya ina ye ATTV ya nye adwuma. Enti GDP and cost production and cost about income no ekofom. But yes, so now by no spending, both in here in the UK and in Ghana, the governments were spending. Ghana, now public sector workers were getting paid. So teacher for you, police for you, all those programs were running in addition to other interventions are put in place. Free electricity, free water, and all the other bits that came with it, support for businesses and the other. And E-levy, in a way, it's the taxes there. People take away for pinch of salt. Ubi pay taxes. Ubi no present. This is a kakro benyano. Abamba betibi. But they also you can't gonna phone you not say the process not educational. Tax to Chiano everybody's duty. Promote away from tax. The system is so sharp. The system is so clean. The system is so sensitive. So what ton shoe wabontin and I started market or kwan baby. Kwan be fast on be chwa mo tax in there. Ubetua. Enti yes regana for say E-levy no initially no ebe pension kakra but ebe man enough money in the long term no so better yen debt no so better, yen borrowing so better. Now don't forget say programs are by person where programs are by ashishe no. Esika any day. Now sometimes in your budgetary support, yen bilateral partners or Bruchema is kind support your budget. Because of COVID-19, so it's dry down. We have to find a way to innovate with our revenue mobilization. And now, there's also another communication from the African Tax Alliance, African Tax Forum, and African Union. Advising how to maintain a clean fiscal space and fiscal policy. And medical fiscal policy, you are buying income and expenditure, how we manage affairs. Ghana, COVID, in addition to banking sector cleanup, in addition to PPP, electricity prices, etc. A bit tough in terms of the expenditure. I can't be and expenditure to GDP no across rock. You Jim Ram and say I could follow by His Excellency by or Cason dear. You come Russia bedroom. I could Yenshi say a buying being over Basso be spending more than 5% of the GDP, and they were about 12% because of the reliefs and the COVID problems now. But you have E-levy day bar. In the first year, no, you estimate about 1.21 billion. Billions 900, it's 1.2, depends on some figures I'll be taking. But in the next 2 to 3 years, by 2025, no, it's expected to say about 4.5 billion a year. And it's quite significant. They only so it's kind of swap and then the taxing. But 4.5 billion in a few years, 1.2 billion is a lot of money. And later on, I'll go through some other figures to compare it with other sources of income. International has more kind, His Excellency has more kind of coffee. Many will be a major before Sunday Quans one, a best strengthening tax base, a bit provide jobs to Ghanaians, and also a very reduced and high debt. And don't forget the debt to GDP, no, Costro and the idea by Biano, so Uma when he come home, because I guess I imagine some. But that's the
Thank you, Kweku. Mr. Ketiosin, you heard it all.
Not exactly. The question you put is what I want to answer.
Yes.
Because there's a dream here. $900 million is going to come in. How? Who calculated it? Is it the Auditor General or the Finance Minister? Who himself is questionable?
This is what the President is saying.
That's what the President, but he's not an accountant. He's not, so he doesn't understand the figures. The Furiata is the one who we need to come and talk to us. Sorry, Honorable Furiata, if I may say so. Assembly is very serious. It's a very serious problem that we've got.
Are you saying Nanado got it wrong with his calculation?
No, he's been given figures to talk about it, which is good. That's a good PR job the President has done. We needed the Minister of Finance himself to come and debate with us. There are political parties in Ghana, debate with them. But then, I mean, the inception of E-levy, what happened to us in Ghana is what's important to talk about. But not the promises around it, because MPs were exchanging blows in Parliament, which is not good enough. Not very good at all, because of the E-levy. They were against it, opposition was against it, but for some reason, naturally, the party in power got away with it. First, they were confused. They said 1.75%. They realized they were wrong. So they now bring it 1.5. What makes them bring it 1.5? Therefore, the question to ask is that on the basis of that 1.75, is that on that basis on which the President told us he's going to get $900 million US or 1.5 billion? You see, the whole thing is in a very confused situation. But seriously, one must be honest. We all know a little bit about finance. Taxes are not bad at all. It helps every government in the whole world, you know. And the problem we have is that in Ghana, we pay too much taxes. And I can tell you that somebody who gets 2,000 Ghana cedis a month, you'll be surprised if you come home with 1,000, seriously. You pay so much taxes.
So we pay too much tax already.
We are paying too much taxes. That is the only problem. Otherwise, there's nothing wrong at all. E-levy could even about 10% of whatever transaction. Nobody will complain. But right now, the government must be reasonable and think like a human being, not think like a machine. That's the difference. That's the serious difference. You know, we appreciate this fact. Without money, no government can function. But we got to go back and see how many taxes are there in Ghana. That is the problem. And the people are not happy. We had children who said, fix the country. And they fought against them. And they stopped. But they are not dead. They fixed the country, people are not dead. I wrote to Ghana government in an article I published openly that please talk to fix the country, boys and girls.
Did you think they read your
Yeah,
article?
of course, yes, they read it. They read it. Because one time I went to a radio station just not too far away. I made a statement. They didn't say anything, but when I left the studio, they said, oh, what Mr. Wilson said is that. Well, why didn't you challenge me there? And I'll tell you why. I'm saying so. We're talking about Japan royalties. Do you understand? So many things have come. All these things are the CV of MPP. When the right time comes, we'll talk about it. So how is this money going to give employment to human beings? I doubt very much. When our president has traveled to the United States with a private jet, God knows, $12,000 per hour, God knows, all over the place. So could you tell a black man, I don't think it's lying. If he's lying, he must leave the parliament house. That guy was saying the right things.
We'll get him here next week. He said he will come next week.
Why would our president travel in private jet? When you go to his homeland in the Kwapim area, there's not even an airport there. So becoming a president, if you have to go in private jet, then PPP to when we come, we will go through ships or what? No, it doesn't make sense. Now that you see that we are struggling with cash, we are imposing these taxes. In the meantime, so many people.
So your final analysis.
My final analysis that the government must rethink, even though they have won the fight, the battle. Maybe they have not won the fight against Ghanaians who are aggrieved. We don't want to see more taxes. If you're bringing more taxes, then they take away certain taxes.
Thank you.
I mean, it's not going to be.
Back to you. We'll get back to you. Mr. Richard, you heard what Mr. Kitiosin is saying, that the government has won the fight, but it's not the battle. So you heard it all about what the government is saying. Said the much needed revenue will help the country to bring in over $900 million. And it will also help with unemployment situation the country are facing, and it's also going to help us with our high public debts.
Right. Good evening. Thank you for bringing me back. It's been some time ago.
Yes.
The last time was about 2020. And we appreciate being back here. I greet all my colleagues here, especially Mr. Bimpe. Sorry. I'd like to clarify something regarding my position in the LPG. I represent a group of researchers in Europe on the admission and understanding of the liberal values in transference to Africa politics. We are only a research group, although I am a member of the Liberal Party in Ghana, but that is my position at the moment. I'm not a communicator. Neither am I, do I hold any position in there. Okay. Now, coming to the actual, the topic of the E-levy, I was actually expecting Mr. Bimpe to first apologize on behalf of his government for the way they have spent money.
Oh, he will do that later.
For when
You heard that?
Yes,
because that would have brought some tempers down. The government of MPP, to be honest, have in a broad scope is perceiving to be a government who aspires to think about Ghanaians and have a wish to help Ghanaians. Although methodologies in every step of the way is wrong. It goes on and on and on and on. The good thing is being done, but it's done in the wrong way. We can go on from free SHS and all the rest. Free SHS, nobody.
So what do you mean the good thing is being done, but it's done in the wrong way? Because our viewers want to hear it.
Because if you cannot put everything free for all. One of the arguments about all the people who are against, for example, something like the free SHS, is the free for all bit of it. There are people who are more than capable of paying for their wards, school fees, and the rest. But all these people have been captured rather the opposite way around. Therefore, putting the bill, the Ghanaian taxpayers' bill, higher and higher, public expenditure. Mr. Bimpe made us another example regarding the reliefs during the COVID period. Again, free for all, free electricity, free water, businesses that were still operating were still giving free water and free electricity. People who could clearly pay for their bills were still giving free facilities. This is the problem. There's always going to be a better way of implementing the good things. You can be doing the right thing, but you implemented it wrongly. All these are adding up to the public debt. Now, the government is anticipating 900 million. It's anticipating. Let's be very clear about that word. It's anticipating 900 million US dollars in revenues. If the same people we have today were to continuously transfer monies and use this kind of facility in transferring money in their day-to-day businesses. Now, the problem is this money, for once, if we were to agree with it, we will not have a substantial evidence to support it, because we don't know how the government arrived at that $900 million. Meanwhile, we all understand it's a new form of tax, as the gentleman right next to me from PPP may declare. People don't like to pay taxes. This is a new tax. People are going to be drawing back on their transactions. It's not going to be the same for the first couple of years or so if it were to survive. This with all these kind of hindrances, I would have appreciated the government would have given us something of around not a strict figure to make the government very sure of what they are talking about, because they're going to answer this question in a few months to come as to whether they made that amount or not. Now, I'll come back to the other point of the public revenue, the public trying to make a revenue. But before I go there, I would like to assert this for our viewers. The LPG party support everything, any means that the government uses to raise funds, to raise revenue for developmental projects. However, the assertion of creating jobs in this taxation has not been defined or explained properly. I do not see the reason why. The how, I do not see how. The how is because.
Do you want to give Kwaku chance?
I will put my discipline forward, and then maybe he would like to tackle it, because banks, as we know, the traditional banks have grown up. Today we have artificial intelligence, we have technology in banking, and all these kind of things. These kind of things have to be improved, regulated properly, and allow this mobile money business can be done through our traditional banking system. So, and these banks can create jobs, good jobs, sustainable jobs. The kiosk that these money transfer people are using at the moment is not going to change because government is taxing. Rather, it will reduce because fewer people are going to use the service. This is fair. This is fair to understand that people are going to draw back from patronizing. Therefore, kiosks may be reduced. Hence, my point for this first question is...
We want to add this to it. Because of time, you want to land first, or I can add this question to what you are saying. The government has been trying to build a digital economy to reduce the use of physical cash in the country. He said this is what they are trying to say with the E-levy, all these electronic transactions going on. But it now admits the new tax could also see a big drop in the use of mobile money. Like, this is where he was heading to. This is why I wanted mobile money services within the first few months of taking effect, with small-scale businesses and others that use electronic transaction. Could they turn their backs on these electronic transactions and start using cash to avoid the E-levy?
No, I'll go. That is the same.
Do you think that the small businesses could turn their backs?
It's the same tangent that was going on.
Yes.
Because it appears.
This is why I brought this in.
It appears we are going back when the West or the developed countries are going forward. Because we.
What do you mean by that?
What I mean by that is we have a target of getting an elephant. On our way, because getting the elephant is very difficult. We find the sheep and then we try to target the sheep. That is where we are going now.
We get comfortable too easily.
We just use the small. We try to solve the small problems and leave the bigger one. The reason is banks can be controlled properly. Banks control the funds. We have the central bank, we have the commissioner for exchanges, the other organizations and institutions that controls the banking sector. One thing, that I was hoping the gentleman from MPP would have addressed a little bit in his preamble was the government intention to put this e-levy thing on a temporary basis with a bigger agenda ahead, tackling the banking sector. Because this is to stop the whole aspect of
I thought they said they cleaned the banking sector.
that's been cleaned for a very long time. It's still dirty, very dirty.
It's still dirty.
It's still dirty.
Then that means there are loopholes in the system.
There's too many. I'm not sure if they started cleaning it. I have a communication.
Anxiously waiting.
I had a communication with one of probably his seniors, and he agreed with me because this e-levy is part of the digitalization of the economy to stop handling of cash. But this is not the solution to corruption and the rest.
In 1 minute, so that we go.
So what they need to do that they're not doing is to come out, assure the public this is a tax for the interim. We need money, but this is not the way we're going to make the big money. The big money comes from the bank. The big money is looted from the black market currency exchanges. This is the problem. We have this problem. This is a big problem. This is a big issue. This is collapsing the banks. This is collapsing the banks. The
mobile money is all.
I don't see that sustainable. It's good, but it's not sustainable.
So you heard it all.
You heard it all. I mean, Nana Kufuor is telling us that employment will come out of this. But Group Indo, Dr. Papa Kosindom's banks, my own flag bearers' banks, you've killed the banks. So many thousands of people are unemployed. So are you going to employ them GN radio staff back? So how do you want to create employment? You did a good job, bank cleaning and all the rest of it. Where is Dr. Bawumia in all this? He knows it all in Ghana. He's now silent because he has nothing to say. He has nothing to explain. He gave it to a lawyer to talk. This is not the business of a lawyer. He's a lawyer. He's not a financial expert. So I expected Dr. Bawumia, whom this is the Jesus Christ of NPP, to come and explain. Then we have an exchange with him. He's silent somewhere. He's very quiet. And it's very, very embarrassing. Digitalization, he bragged about it.
Are you saying Bawumia is running or what?
Yeah,
just declare.
No, he's hiding in a hole somewhere. We don't know. He's the right guy to come and speak to us. Then we understand it. Because we don't want to put the presidents back on the wall, against the wall. We want Dr. Bawumia. He's a financial guru and expert and all that. Come on, no, he's hiding somewhere. They give the poor old guy the chance to be coming to talk about us. We can't even have a platform to ask.
One of our viewers is saying that let's look at things from the ordinary Ghanaian point of view. Is this fair? They didn't even have it in their manifesto. He's talking about MPP, but because who answered that?
Yeah, because I said that already. They didn't tell us they were going to introduce this. Suddenly they are going to. I tell you what, I had thanked my brother. He's been doing research. God bless you. I have also been doing research from here to Ghana and all that. Interviewing so many critical boys and girls. I said, listen, what is the way around it? If I want to give you £200 right now on the God,
would small businesses start using cash rather than to avoid the e-levy?
Of course, yes. I mean, this guy told me that, Uncle, if you are bringing me 100 Ghana cedis, please make it lower so that it doesn't attract. So, when you are advising the cat, you must advise what, Kobe or what? Because I'm telling you, I can force you to Mamani for no to Jamova. They are not stupid. Women in Yasa before you I'm telling you. Those guys, boys and girls, are smarter than their parents. Said, Sandra, I'm not going to do Momo transfer more than 100 cedis. If you want to send me 2,000 cedis,
but they will get you. If you do 100, then you do another 100, they will automatically notice it and take it back.
Oh, before you notice it, you're going to win it back. In Ghana, you can't catch anybody. Even the police themselves haven't got means of transport anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a serious thing we're talking about. Because careful planning prevents pathetic performance. This is what we are observing in Ghana. It's very sad. The government, I appreciate the government. It's a hard job. It's a difficult job. But the way they went about it is wrong. And I tell you what, Ministry of Information must come and educate us. We don't know. Ministry of Education, especially in the bush areas. Forget about Accra and Kumasi and all that. For them, they are smart people there. Go to the remote areas and do that.
But the remote areas rely more on this kind of thing because this helps reduce crime.
I'm serious. I'm very sad for the government because clearly they are struggling. If you got money, you don't care. But if you haven't got money, you will care. British government and the foreign governments, they gave Ghana government because we are a developing country. We have been developing for 65 years. Still, we are developing. We will never develop. For that, we know that. Until PPP comes, we are not going to develop. Listen, why did they give us money? The British government gave us money. And Mr. Dumelevo, the guy they sacked, the auditor, he says, the money you are taking on behalf, in the name of COVID-19, please keep that account, simple receipts and payment, or income and expenditure. Keep that account separate because I will audit it. He will vouch it and all that. So suddenly they say, my friend, go away. And he's gone. Thank God. But that is not the end of the story. The master is going to vouch it. How much, Ghana government must tell us, how much money has he received from UK? And how much money has Ghana government ever given to the United Kingdom because of COVID? Because we are always begging, you know what I mean? And yet discussing God knows what. He says we are sitting on money and we are crying for money. But so many
complications. But come the
money is
you want to land?
Okay, I'll give my brother a chance.
No, you want to land.
Yeah, to land, no. We want the government to come again because they have planned and failed. Poor NDC, poor opposition, they lost the fight there. But I told you, Muhammad says when he comes back, he will repeal all those.
We will get to that.
We will push him to do that.
If Mr. Kate Yosin is saying that, you know, the people are basically tired and things are not going according to plan. And if when PPP comes to power, that is when things will change. That's what you are saying.
Even if not in power, we're going to have a massive influence in 2024.
You heard it.
Kofimi, that's it. Thank you very much. And thank you to my esteemed colleagues here on the panel. Yeah, more Kasano, we send me a message. Say, they go good. I said, if I'm most studio, I'm confused, kaka. Because it seems the questions not one respond, it's a little bit all over the place. What I heard was an admission of lack of knowledge and also confusion because they don't understand the whole E-levy policy. I don't blame them. If they give me a chance, I will try and explain as much as I can tonight. There are a couple of things that I'll make here. Hopefully you get me to respond if you don't mind. I'll say, Ken, can be about the levy. And President Ken had to go to Parliament. The procedure cannot be breached. Public policy be out there, what they call cannot present with Parliament to swap. The way announcements it doesn't really matter because any part of one eye idea too. I've also gone a taxi in Bibri Toto, where we another extra tax and you know see a share tax to GDP of Africa average about 20%. South Africa put there 37%. Nigeria is around mid-20s. Ghana here 12%. And Ghana is one of the least taxed countries of Africa. You hope is that with this, we can bring in a little bit more revenue. We have room to bring the revenue. And you need one thing. On top of that, I would just like to draw your viewers' attention to the number of taxes that MPP are buying take over from the NDC Abana abolishing. To show say Abanya tax Ghana for. There's about 18 of them, Kofi. It be a 5% on a VAT, National Health Insurance Levy on real estate, you abolish it. 17.5% taxes on medicines imported, you abolish it. 17.5% taxes on financial services, you abolish it. Import duty on importation of spare parts, you abolish it. 1% special import levy, you abolish it. 17.5% domestic airline tickets, you abolish it. Impose Kayayo local authority tax, you abolish it. Reduce import duty for some goods and vehicles, you abolish it. Excise duty on petroleum, you abolish it. Provided full corporate tax reduction for private investors.
These are specific taxes.
Let me go through because my interrupted Mr. Remo, I never interrupted you. What's the overtax? Yeah, tax. You take it over. No, these are the taxes.
No, these are specific business.
A tax is a tax. Tax is a tax. A tax is a tax. Your salary reduced too.
I don't want this to be.
National electrification
from
5% to 3%. I'm taking about. I was quiet when they were talking. I respected them. So can we please have that decorum? Also, no. Yes, son. Abolish
our views.
Yes, son. Abolish income tax on real estate investment trust. And they reduce gold import exporters withholding tax from 3% to 1%. It is a obi bianca say MPP are buying ye per taxation ye tax Ghana bibria and ye no correct. It is neither here nor there. Now there are a few things also I will make here. So he apologizes to Ghanaians. I'm not sure why he wants her to apologize to Ghanaians. For what? Freezing a high school. And I said one district, one factory. And I said planting for food and jobs. And I said ambulances, no. And I said drones, no. And I said car industry, rejuvenate Ghana. Ghana for. But I can understand. Say, perhaps you're not too clued on that side of policy. Now I understand that. E-levy, before E-levy, there were a lot of consultations on the E-levy. Yes, sorry, I need E-levy. All party people, I'm sure they were all there at some point. E-levy, when you Ghana pay any country E-levy. Uganda has done something. Nigeria has tried it. Uganda, they no more try, no reduce no tax on about 0.5%. So we used to car. Some kind of nature was here. And Nigeria for the end of society, and flat rate. So every Nigerian naira $10,000 biano, we bet 50 Nigerian naira. And bring in revenue. And to Ghana, DNA 1.5% on transactions between say into mobile money, digital transfers now. It's okay. I idea a bit hit a bit hard. Uganda case, one lessons I used to free is a hit the poor earners. Uganda case, and into the release the first 100 Ghana. Say a free. Now, Mr. Kitty also also transfers kept money in also on so remittances you don't pay any E-levy on remittances. So this free go Ghana, you don't pay. Remittances do not attract any E-levy.
This person is in Ghana. He is telling me a way around it to avoid it. That's what I'm saying.
I understand.
It's got a way around it. These small boys or small girls, they've got a way around it. So that government itself is planning to fail. That's what I'm saying.
But you can send £10,000, whatever amount you send to Ghana remittances, you're not going to be charged E-levy. It's clear if you go to the Ghana Revenue Service website, Oman State, all very, very clear. Now,
just to help people who are in the diaspora.
Yes.
What you are saying is that if they send money, they're not going to pay any levy.
There is no E-levy. Ghana, there's no E-levy.
Okay.
So nipa no transfers the Ghana, obi fufra, E-levy.
Yes.
Or no transfer to na account to ma on try E-levy.
Obi when you be not to China no selling the car, they will get
onya E-levy bia. Nti Kofi make sure say no I can understand some of the agitations around the introduction of this new tax policy. But your idea about no atnase adwin hu ye. You say the first year or so no users be drop it. Sanya many pay kan so better. But every policy introduction around the world no has the same results. Say, oh yeah, a bit of research and you find that out. We expect to drop it by about 25%. But because the benefits are a later and will outweigh the downside.
Many small businesses now I have liaised with or spoken to now. They reported that they will add the cost of the item which will increase the price to cover E-levy. Because obi wo sunyai na se nipa kro no say entare okay me obi baako kasai o delay in close Accra. Now people go on their website and then they identify clothes they want and then she have to give it to a driver from say Accra to then transport it to Sunyai for her, and some she use all these motorbikes and things. Now these people have to pay online. They will transfer the money to her. If it's over 100 a year, or also no, she doesn't want to bear the cost of the E-levy. So what she's trying to do is add the price to the item so that these people will get it. And could this be a way of making it difficult in terms of cost of living for ordinary citizens of the country?
And cashless, the cashless economy.
Kofi, the one side of some argument, and it's a very poor society the poorest in the Ghanaian society, Omuntina, the first 100 free. Possible, says some of the merchants and some of the traders will want to do their work. Many were having discussion in the past. We talk about competition. So what do we so now we price near £10. No be the 9. But go better 9 and you 10. Unless it bear this arrest or bedding or be better so. But then also I'm sure say a buying better will be probably a look into it. But I'm not surprised. as in every policy near come before the program, Ghanaians will always want to find a way around some of these policy introductions. For one reason or the other. But a democratic duty and a responsibility as citizens to support Abino. Because the contract Abino, social contract Abino, any electorate and the citizens not sign and say, what mame, let me do swa, memo school, memo kanya, memo juma, memo healthcare. And these are baby as equal. Into education I may na dream you be say, Ghana for enya boteramunti assist. Ghana ye general, ye the year coin, ye the better to buses, ye the year projects, I'm a Ghana for, and yet there ye the baby. So that's it. We shouldn't be too scared. Say you 1.5% levy, because at the end of the day, it comes back into the economy. In actual fact, it supports the economy. My businesses, it may flow fine. So that's it. Yes, initially, we will expect say users better drop it. Normal policy implementation has that impact. But after a while, when people begin to see the benefits, just like in the case of Uganda, in the case of Nigeria, similar things happen. The users went up. Now Nigeria is getting almost about 1.3 billion every year from this particular transaction levy. And so, yes, I get the point. It's difficult for some people initially. But in the end, it's going to benefit the whole Ghana. Some benefiting and now poor, yendre and mahondache. So quite a bit chat to schools, some of this money will go into it.
Yeah, Mr. Ketiosin, Obi Ofie, also enjoy pizza and in the family. Now they buying pizza more than 100 Ghana.
Yeah.
Who will take the cost of e-levy? Is it the consumer and I say the seller and the take it? And how is this going to put pressure on small businesses?
Of course, I mean, if it's above 100 Ghana cedis.
Who have to take the cost? Who order no and I say because nipa ni the otuano online on the ohia pizza buy deliver amani ofie. And it was order low people. At the end see more than 100 Ghana. Who will take the cost? Who tono and I say well, you the seller.
I would say the giver and the receiver. I mean, the person who benefits from it and all that. They will. You see, we don't need this. This is what I'm saying. We are sad. Ghana is a sad country now. We don't need it. What about all
businesses? Added the cost of e-levy today because they will go out of business.
That's the problem. It said if you increase the price of petrol, the taxi drivers will increase their charges. Right. So we know that basic economic stuff. But the argument is that the government does not want to accept that or admit that they have failed. Look at the plethora of promises they gave us in 2016. I was there. I did the campaign there. I'm not sure if my brother was there. For me, I was there all the time. 2012, every election, I'll go there to campaign. I'm telling you, sad situation. We go into a place to do campaign. Even the road is impassable. Up to now, you go rotten roads in Ghana. Now you say e-levy. We don't want to know. I said to you that every taxation is good. But the government has failed. They must say, we are sorry. I'm sorry, Ghanaians. That's what my brother say. Apologize to us. That you failed. Now you want to find a way out. Now the song they are singing now is e-levy. People want to know. Mahama has said when he comes, he will just repeal that. Of course, PPP, we will support that. We also protested that. We didn't want it. We said we don't want it. That kind of additional taxation, we don't need it. What Ghanaians need is how much money have you received since you came to power?
Remember what Nanado said. You said Ghanaians don't need this.
Yes.
The government is saying this will help solve the problems of unemployment, and it will also help reduce the high public debts.
I thank him for saying that, but I think I'm very embarrassed for him. You came to destroy India's bank, Unibank, the same. Unemployment. Now you say you're going to create employment. How? These people are still at home, and I tell you. If like I can call a few.
They are still at home?
Yeah, they are still at home. GN Bank staff and Unibank staff, they are home because there are no jobs in Ghana. There are no jobs in Ghana. Unfortunately, I mean, if you are not well, you are seriously ill in Ghana, you must die there. But if Nanado is, maybe he's got a tooth, he will fly to London with a jet and come and repair his teeth. For that, no problem. But the poor person who hasn't got a passport, that's what the Progressive People's Party is thinking about. The poorest of the soul. Not all these confusion and all that, e-levy and all that. Put that on the side and come to reality. The roads in Ghana are no good. I travel to Ashanti region, Western region, Greater Accra. All the roads are not good. And we know, they say year of the roads. That is a joke. And people must apologize to Ghanaians. Year of the roads, what?
Thank
I was
you.
there.
Mr. Richard,
the roads are not
you
good.
heard what Mr. Ketty was saying and what Mr. Bimpe is saying. Do you think that the E-levy will make it difficult for consumers, in regards to cost of living?
I will repeat what I said before again.
Yes.
The Liberal Party supports every means every government needs to use to raise revenue legally, i.e. taxes of any forms. But before I go on, I will have to address a little bit of Mr. Bimpe's assertion. The taxes NPP government removed are specific taxes. I will put it as in business taxes. They are not taxes directly go to consumers, as in E-levy. It's not the same. There's a difference between them. These are specific taxes removed from businesses. Because, of course, I understand that the sometimes, as whatever it is with the NDC, the target of taxes is not with any form of innovations, just like the NPP is showing us. They are not being innovative enough. They are not
saying that the NDC has not been innovative?
They are not being innovative in collecting
and
revenues.
What about the other political parties like PPP?
I'm not too old to know about PPP. They've not been in power before, and I'm not sure if they've been in power before I was born. Yes. So I will not be able to criticize them in any way.
Okay.
But Osajifo was there.
So if it's that one, he for instance, Mr. Bimpe, with all respect, I will tell you, since him, NPP government led by Akufo-Addo has been the best government in Ghana. There's no doubt about that. In development, in financial management.
Thank you very much.
That is an assertion that needs to be made. My party supports it. My party believes it, and that is the right thing to do and to say, because that is the truth. However, going forward, the times are we are in different times. We have a legislation that has been in Parliament for about 6 months, or if not less than that, about this E-levy issue. It appears the time the government have used, the taxpayers' monies have been used to debate on this issue, have been so boxy, concentrated on how to get the bill done, rather than the consequences and the disadvantages of it. Because I believe up to now, apart from our standpoint of generating the taxes, is not being thought through properly. The end thereof, people buying daily goods like foodstuffs, takeaway foods, are paying on top of that money. All these little things is becoming a program of most developed countries. They do not address the issues of the people at the bottom. In their budgets, for instance, they use very big vocabularies, so people will not understand what it means. We do not budget on milk, poultry, food. This is a way of making the budget very difficult for the ordinary public to understand. But this is fundamental. If the United Kingdom government, as big as this economy is able to make their speak about its budget in Parliament, addressing the cost of milk and bread, then you can see the responsibility of governance in developing countries, rather than in the developed countries, rather than in developing countries. Little tactics that has been used to make people not understand exactly what is going on. E-levy is here. Government is going to make money out of it. The next question is that never entered the Parliament. I'm sure we may get there, because how the money is going to be implemented, how the money is going to be sourced, and the program the government has to use the money is
with
still
your
unknown.
final analysis, would it make it difficult for consumers, in regards to the cost of living?
It will. That's the purpose of taxes. Yes, that's the taxes are meant to make life a little bit more difficult than it used to be, in every aspect. As far as you use the service, yes, it will be.
Okay, Mr. Ketiosin, corruption has been a major factor in our country. Now, banks lose a lot of money, through fraud. Last year, this year, the year before, from 2016, if we add up, Ghana has lost over 440 million. Every year it's almost 120, 90 different figures. Although it came down last year. Now, what strategies are in place to combat fraud? Do you think there are any strategies in place? With the E-levy now, introduction of electronic transactions in the country, which is leading us to cashless, society. And with the fraud issue hanging up there, was it the right time to come up with E-levy? Or do you think we should have fight the fraud, the banking fraud first, and deal with it so that we have a strategy in place before this?
Mr. Kura, but you said they did banking clearance. So where would fraud come from? It means they have not done a good job. We must charge them. They must explain things to us. They said banking clearing. They've broken down Kosindom's business, GM Bank. They cleared every.
And a new report by the Bank of Ghana on fraudulent activities in the banking sector has revealed that in 2020-21, digital electronic related transaction fraud, and most worrying, with the country losing well over $9.8 million to criminal activities,
yes,
where we was not able to claim back the money.
Mr. Kula, NPP came to power in 2017. So what you are saying 2020, it means they are not efficient.
But this has been a long-term problem in our country.
No, at least we are interested in the 2020 we refer to. Dr. Bam, what job did he do in the Bank of Ghana? Say deputy banker, or is the guru of order. So we thought he was perfect. We thought Dr. Bawumia was perfect man. But for me, I know that perfection is not an attribute of mankind. The impression MPP gave to us was that Bawumia was untouchable, he was perfect, but it is not true. Perfection is not an attribute of mankind. What stops him from controlling a bank? He's been a deputy governor. Was he really doing a good job for the pay they pay him before he became a deputy flag bearer of APP? These are the people we go to question. They are still in government. They are still in position. Why would they not step down further? So many people in NPP, I know them, capable enough of doing a better job than this. So 2020 is in NPP territory.
Sorry, call is coming in. Let's take this call. We will let you continue. Hello, good evening.
Hello. Good evening, sir. How are you, Mr. Kula?
Oh, that is good. Sorry, who is calling and where are you calling from, please?
This is Adam from calling. Sorry.
Oh, Adam, my name call.
Yeah, Mr. Kula, the head officer, gentleman now, DP gentleman, the media program, no, and now do not understand.
We are not able. Hold on, Adam. Over to me, I shall see a question. Say, yeah, you better clearly, please.
Yeah. What do you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, my question is former gentleman.
Oh, Mr. Kweku Bimpe. He is the Deputy Director of Communication for MPP UK.
Oh, okay. What gentleman, whom you know what to think about him, there. But the next one, the part about eating. Make matter on good, very touch. Because I wait a minute, the Falcon, walk up, pick up, then only come back, managing. I will be back, I have a little package. And also, what about?
I can't hear you properly.
Hello?
Yeah, we are not able to hear you properly.
Listening to himself.
Yeah, it's your thing on speaker. Take it from off speaker.
He's doing the same thing all the time.
Is your phone on speaker?
No, my phone is on speaker.
Okay, go on. Start again, please.
Yes. My question is for the elderly gentleman. I just want to find out, or I just want to ask him, how does he understand the evil that the government is supposed to throw Ghanaians? Because he was saying that the government collected E-levy to buy banks and create zones. But there was a government that came into power that bought Ayalolo buses that were working in Ghana. But when this government came into office, they stopped the Ayalolo buses to when they decided to let Ayalolo buses start working. Is it not waste of money? So what is E-levy going to do in this government of the day? People are suffering. E-levy is not going to solve the problem. When the president came on BBC, when they asked him the question about E-levy, everybody showed up the way he answered the question.
Thank you.
So if he's going to come up with something, reasonable to tell us about E-levy, it's something about E-levy, because E-levy will solve the problem of the day today. And
So what you are saying is E-levy is not going to solve the problem of the day. Kwaku, you heard it all. Thank you, Mr. Fan. Thank you. Yeah, Kwaku, wait there. What's it? Yeah.
Mr. Kitchen was,
yeah, you want to land, Mr.
was
Kitchen.
before.
Yeah, we want to know there are some section questions we need NPP government to answer. To answer, not
This
to
is a
jump.
Ghana call. Sorry. Let's take it. We will let you continue.
Sure.
Pacho, one refrain. Hello.
speaking from South Africa.
Oh, Mr. Sule.
Yes, Mr. Kuda.
Good evening and welcome back. Long time. Last year from December.
Yes.
How is South Africa?
Not everything is all right. We thank God.
Thank you. Mr. Sule, you may want to make contribution or a question, and you can go ahead, please.
Yes,
Thank
okay.
you.
I just want to make a little contribution.
Thank you.
First of all, Mr. Kuda, good evening to you and
Good
your panelists, especially to my NPP spokesperson. He's doing a great job in that studio. Mr. Kuda, I think today, Mr. Nelson seemed to be a bit confused about the issue under discussion. We are talking about E-levy. But Mr. Nelson seemed to be doing the dealing of John Dramani Mahama and the NDC. And if I was representing, I'm telling you, Mr. Nelson will be fired tonight. When John Dramani Mahama comes to power, grab the E-levy, those were issues. How can somebody who is speaking for another political party, speaking is supposed to be representing the PPP, and yet you are telling us when John Dramani Mahama comes to power to scrap the E-levy? I think that is wrong and you need to retract those statements. Now, Mr. Kuda, every country in this world, every developed country relies on taxes to develop their country. In Ghana, the Ghana government introduced the free literature system, and you need funds to keep it going. The government needs funds to keep it going. The international donors, because of COVID, we no longer receiving the donations that we used to. So, as an innovative government, the government has to come up with a plan to raise funds internally to be able to meet the demands of the populace. But strangely, the NDC and its global supporters
No, has he got a chance to be condemned to that?
When you finish, you can.
About everything. And that is wrong. That is not how we develop a country. You don't develop a country by
Is he asking the question or addressing us?
about it. It's not even telling us how
Ask
to
him,
bring
because-
funds internally. We're not
Respond to him before he goes.
saying all sorts of things.
No, respond to him before he goes. Of course, yes. Anyway, tell him, because he's going on and on.
Mr. Sule, you want to land?
Yes,
Because
Mr. Kula.
Mr.
Okay.
Kitchen want to ask a question before Mr. Kwaku Bimpe continue.
Sule, do not go.
Okay, you want to ask me a question?
You are a Ghanaian. Do you read in the Ghanaian press wherever you are in the whole in South Africa?
But I can hardly hear you, Mr. Kula. So maybe
Okay, go on, Mr. Kitchen.
I said, if you are not hiding in a hole in South Africa, you must know what Mr. Mahama has said recently. I'm not campaigning for NDC. This is a matter of fact. We are
Yeah.
all Ghanaians. So the man says when he comes, he will, please, let me speak. He says when he comes to power, he will repeal it.
Yeah,
and
he will abolish.
And so abolish that. So do not say, you rather fire yourself in South Africa. That's what I'll tell you. Leave there and come to Ghana.
Mr. Yosef, I am not hiding in a hole in South Africa. Let me first correct that. I'm not hiding in a hole. I did hear John Mahama say that if he had the opportunity to become a president again, which is very unlikely.
How do you know?
Very, very unlikely.
How do you know?
But you should not be the person. You should be the last person.
Yeah, thank you.
Reiterating what John Mahama is saying. You shouldn't be telling us that when John Mahama comes to power. Tell us when the kingdom comes to power. It means that you don't even believe in the party that you are seeking for.
Because what happened is that Mr. Sule, John, our former president, what he said is that he will abolish or repeal the E-levy if voters, vote for him, and inshallah in 2025 he will come to power. This is what he said. Now, what Mr. Ketiosin was doing is repeating what our former president was saying. I think it was 2 days ago. Yeah. So I think that, but he was adding this to his argument.
Mr. Fuller, then Mr. Yorkut have told us that according to John Dramani Mahama, if he comes to power, he shouldn't be telling us that when John Mahama comes to power, he will.
Well, actually, he is confident. He is confident that he may come to power. This is why he's saying that.
Actually, the position of my party is that we don't want the E-levy.
That is why I'm saying if I was fulfilling him, he should be fired. It means that he does not even believe in that.
Thank you, Soli. Because of time. Thank you very much. Thank you, and welcome back. Welcome back, Soli. Thank you. Mr. Ketiosin, in 1 minute, you want to do analysis then?
Well, I mean, the way the debate has gone, the simple fact is that we are paying too many taxes. But those who understand it will know that I'm saying the truth. Those who don't understand it, they're embarrassed, they will brush it aside. It's up to them. That's what
thank you, Kofi.
Thank you. And may respond, and then I'll let you ask the question again. But I've just itemized 18 taxes the MPP are bound by abolition. Yes, still no. Mr. Yosin is refusing to see. Or see Kasa taxes be great. Even though we have abolished a lot of taxes. Now, I think some can say E-levy, and parliament or so. The E-levy has gone through Parliament.
Who said it's not going to Parliament?
There was a mention of the E-levy, and yet it wasn't done properly or something like that.
Oh, no.
If you didn't say that, I apologize.
You're not quoting me.
I'm not quoting anybody.
Thank you very much.
I'm not quoting. I'm just saying that is what I heard.
The
I made a note of it.
was fighting in the NDC in the Parliament.
There was a fight in Parliament, and nobody approves any violence in Parliament. But that tells you the passion of the parliamentarians to fight for the cause that they believe in. Obi believes there. Levy, Obi believes that Levy, at the end of the day, it's a battle of fingers and a battle of minds. And into the parliamentarians, and into the campaign, say we want majorities, they be able to pass it through. Near Bray Kai with PPP, they can have their own way of doing the E-levy if they get to power. That's not Obiano Munyahu argument. But this is how and the president said Ghana for us. This has been done properly, it's gone through Parliament, it's been passed by Parliament and assented by the President. It's now a law, Ghana, say. Now, Brother Kuka says, say MPP for a budget, just to confuse Ghanaians.
I didn't say MPP in particular. I said Ghanaian politicians.
Okay, thank you. So I will assume that will refer to MPP because you know any reading budgets, it will assume so refer to us. But who go about Hano? Who brought even though say Ghana program, who come for? No, to the Ghana or any politician or any minister, no, what they are no kind of bravo. I don't know what problem. But there are MPs in the house. I work constituencies also almost today. I want the message to be called. There are local radio stations also be called. On the issue of the banking sector cleanup. Sector cleanup no ANC because there was digital theft. Because of management deficiencies. Management, NMR banks collapse here operational wise. NMA also take over. management issues near dealing with the changes thereon. They were reported last week an article back over 2 billion was lost through digital theft. And even in a developed country, even in a country where they have secured IT architectures, even in a country where they have secure security systems online, people are still finding a way around it. And let alone I know your issue because the government, I'm sure, will find a way around it. Say part of the approach towards fighting corruption is digitization. Once we digitize this, better. It will go down, and I'm sure we all agree on that one. This issue of set taxes in a manifesto. The new taxes doesn't have to be the manifesto, because we are responding to an economic crisis after a serious public health massacre, if I'm put it that way. It's a creative government, and here responding to it. We didn't have to put it in our manifesto. The Conservative Party have increased taxes this year. Was it in their manifesto? It wasn't in their manifesto. Let's be clear on that. Now, there's this issue about John Mahama's, repealing this E-levy. And I think Ghanaians who are listening to the show tonight should take it very, very seriously. John Mahama, why not just already be MPP about and yet John Mahama can't anything good about MPP policies that free SHS or boss will be trim. 1D, 1F or Bejai, or by ambulance or Bejai, or by drones or Bejai, planting for food, so everything piano.
NDC say I'll bet you Mama can
it's kind of 14 years of him. My man is to be strong because on more time and Obio be NT be Sremoa. NDC and John Mahama should not come anywhere near the presidency. Because you need to my year before. And you also on bomb baby say a country is serious about development. John Mahama's coming back is a no because if I track with John Mahama obey 4 years no call or the 2 years about 2 years now called bit my age one. On to be your development in so about wedding over chum. It's a gun and Nibia with team energy. Now he is serious about moving the country forward. NDC and John Mahama should not be near the presidency.
Well, Mama say addressing the nation on Monday on the team Ghana at a crossroads. The former president, John Dramani Mahama, may declare that Ghanaians will no more pay E-levy in 2025 with their votes. He will abolish the E-levy Act.
And replace it with?
He will abolish it.
And replace it with?
Well, what will happen is he spoke about abolishing it.
Right.
But
right.
Okay.
The corruption, no.
Okay. Go on with.
Let me take that one.
But however, the director of communication for the New Patriotic Party MPP, Yao Boabin Asamoah, has said John Mahama promised that the next NDC government will repeal the electronic transaction levy is only a scam. This is what Boabin is saying.
I 100% support my communication director's statement.
But
he's allowed to say it's a freedom of speech. It's not an insult. He's allowed to say whatever he wants to say. It is a scam. It is a complete scam because we know.
It's a strong language.
We know the kind of economy.
Mr.
Yosin, Mr. Yosin, I didn't interrupt you.
It's an expression.
that statement upset Mr.
There are a lot of things he said that upset me.
And this may bring Sule back.
There may be all kind of upset me, but man reacted.
Mr. Chain.
We know it's a scam because John Dramani Mahama, you
hold on, please, caller. Hold
on. Yeah. You say economy buying it was characterized by high taxation. I've told you there was 18 taxes because there was no production. Agriculture was growing at -% Production being cost. The economy not in cost. After no loans widening, wajia and 1 billion almost from IMF. So we know the kind of economy John Dramani Mahama obesambe running. So I'll say you serious about Ghana. I think also who free presidential race in them. No call. No, allow MPP to continue the good work MPP here because John Dramani Mahama person just
MPP scared of Mahama. Why are you saying
I'm here to campaign for my party and I'm here to defend my party
policy.
We are not campaign.
You're interrupting again. Please, I never interrupted you.
Write it, Mr. Kitty.
Every political debate is a campaign. Every debate is a campaign. And just in case you're not aware. As Ghanaians, we have to be discerning. We want Ghana to move forward. But you can't say, check. You took when I say watch it. And they will be Intimina because of some political experimentation. I hear every 8 years over every 1 year now so you have no more to chew.
So do you think we need a national agenda?
We have a national agenda. We have a national agenda. Okay, we have a national agenda from the National Planning Development Commission. There's a national agenda that is about 40 or 50 years. In fact, they even met last 2 or 3 weeks to have a look at the agenda again. And you know, again, I always Ghanaian say, when it comes to John Dramani Mahama, I don't think on one hand we shouldn't take him too seriously. On one hand, we should take him seriously because they need to know what they're getting. Nyombenyan say, or be repealing way for a system that's going to generate $4 billion a year in 2 years. Am I a loan so better? Am I young kwaji loan? Am I young kwaji aid? Now your former president, I was seeking for a mandate. Now so ube chama. I don't think that he has good intentions for Ghanaians and for Ghana.
Okay, Mr. We will take 1 minute for the caller, then after you continue, please. Hello, good evening. Who is calling? Where are you calling from, please? Yo, Mr. Nanaya, man, why? So what you need now? Yo.
So just to say a little bit about what my good friend said about NP before, they come up with good policies, but they always manage to bring it out the wrong way, you know. 2 points then on the wall. If you look at a year, 3 years later, Upiaraka says it's a great idea. Don't forget, say, yet you come here. Free school, no, everywhere. But the government does not pay for anybody to go to boarding house. So, you know, why is that? Only in free SHS, no, now on developing schools, no one crash in the year. Say that they are, oh, maybe out and you don't need to travel to go to Accra because I want school papa.
So, yeah, yes, now we analyzing a short because of our time. Okay. We only have 10 minutes or so left.
Wow. All right. Okay. So just to conclude, you know, it was implemented wrongly because they could have done it better where government is too much. And I'm just saying that because my good friend Richard talked about they spend so much time in getting the thing to be approved or for them to start doing the thing. They don't think about the disadvantages or the implications. And that's the truth.
Thank you. Next week, about 9 why? And you experience some difficulties with. Until next week, Thursday, you home. Why? Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Ketiosin, what Mama is saying is that when he comes to power, he will abolish it. He will repeal it. And Kwaku is saying it's a scam and it's not a way forward. What is your own view?
Don't forget that my party, Progressive People's Party, disagrees
with the
implementation of the E-levy. On the Danchan, Nana Akufo said something recently, not more than 2 weeks ago. Now, people, Vamato or whatever, people were talking about the coup d'etat and all that. Then Nana says, you warned against that, which is good. But what Ghanaians don't know is that they introduced, LPP introduced coup d'etats in Ghana. They did through Kofi Abrefa Busia. They contracted Afrifa and Kutoka to stage coup to remove Kwame Nkrumah. So Nana Ado okay, I remember you two Kwame Nkrumah. I remember clearly. MPP from introduced coup d'etat for the first time in Ghana because Nigeria food too. Nkrumah said the military can take over. But they have no mandate to rule. That was January 1966. Within 4 weeks, they took Nkrumah Kasaso. Do you understand? So Okasa also do it because you can't say that what be a yoku. Wow, NPP, Kofi Busia, no, we introduce coup d'etat for the first time in Ghana. Ghana near people. Me and me fear CPP office. One will destroy way now. We never recovered. So, because you understand, the coup d'etat, it's your account, we are sorry. Say any coup by the fear, percent could be or Kofiano, who for another country say, move and people full of moving to receive coup d'etat in Ghana. Otherwise, Ghanaians, me fear, easy, so your football say me fear, we never recovered. They never paid us a penny. That's all I want to end with.
Thank you.
And you please,
because of
Right. Before
Hold on, Kola.
before I go on, we were on the question of the corruption in the system before the Mahama insertion came in. In fact, the Human Rights Commission on corruption, anti-corruption, they made a statement in 2021, and I'll read it. He said, human rights are not simply a nice to have. In the fight against corruption, authoritarianism makes anti-corruption efforts dependent on the whims of an elite. Right. Let's put this statement on the side, just to clarify some few things. The corruption, I did like to put Mahama on the side of the political discussions, because as far as I'm concerned, he's not too relevant today based on his record in power.
What do you mean by that?
I say that to respect to his own record, what he's done to the Ghanaian economy. John Mahama really and truly occupied the space. He did not add anything to the economy. In fact, he downran it. Because of some allegiances, probably the NPP and the NPP people are not able to say it to the death of it. I can say it to the death of it because I am not a beneficiary to any of whatever they aspire to get from it. That's why I can boldly say it the way it is. Coming to Nanado's promises by the NPP, promises to remove corruption or at least reduce corruption from the system, I think it's been reduced, but it's a total failure. It's been a total failure on two grounds, because the people on the ground in Ghana are suffering. People are saying they are suffering under this government. They are saying, they are crying, they are making noise, they are suffering. The government is still saying things are better than it used to be. This is a problem. I'm not sure if the government is saying that from the perspective is certain, which we know the government will be okay all the time because they are being paid by taxpayers' money and they are guaranteed. Whether the economy is collapsing or whatever is happening in the economy, parliamentarians will receive their salaries and their benefits. Ministers will do the same. So the irony of not understanding and having the sympathy for the people and telling them the better times are coming and we understand we are not in the right times, is a problem. It's disrespect to the voters. The people on the ground are saying we are suffering. The government is saying no, you are better off. This is a problem. It's a psychological way of it's a reverse psychology of defending the same issue, and that is a problem.
Is that not the same thing the NDC and the other parties are saying?
That's what I've already said. I do not wish to engage NDC in the matter, because NDC is not in power. They are not in power. They are irrelevant. Because if you want the NDC to be relevant, I'll tell you what NDC would have done in the debate for the E-levy. What NDC did shows to Ghanaians, and I'll prove is clearly their mind has not changed. NDC have not changed in respect. They've not changed at all.
Yeah, because of time.
They had the opportunity to challenge the E-levy properly and even convince some NPP people, but they did not, because they know the end result will not be good for them in case they come to power, because they did not provide an alternative. They only were making noise about is going to create enormous hardship.
So what you are saying is NDC should have done more in Parliament.
They're not to do more. They know what they should have done. They did not do it. They just objected it because they were in opposition. What they knew, they have a research group. NDC have got several research groups. They knew the alternative to the E-levy. They knew it. They knew the banking sector infrastructures, the banking sector control regulations, the exchange rates, and all those kind of things. They knew all these kind of things. They didn't say it. They went with it. They were in turn, they were going with it. If Mahama says tomorrow they're going to cancel it, or they're going to, the best he can do is maybe to change the name. That's the best we can hope for.
Thank you. Let's listen to the caller. And good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Host. Good evening, and to the panelists as well.
Sorry for keeping you.
No, that's fine. That's fine, my brother. I owe you for. This is Kadis, chairman of MDP South London. Greetings to everyone.
Thank you.
I think it's been a very good program. But what I want to say to Ghanaians listening all over the world is, yes, we know that we are not in ordinary times. The government has admitted that. The government, president himself, came out to say Ghanaians should bear with us. We know that hardships are real at the moment, but there are better times ahead. But when there is no alternative or proper alternative, like the NDC, led by, they've already proclaimed that he's going to be their leader for the next election, Mr. Mahama, the same man that promised Ghana the Hope City, the very project that failed woefully, that resulted in one of his own being in prison for squandering the national purse. You heard about all this, Akonkwem and all the other stuff, Abu Kapele and all the other, those kind of guys. The same person that promised Ghanaians STC, that he's got a 3 billion contract with South Korea, that didn't materialize. He's the same man that promised Ghanaians 110 premium for NHIS, that didn't materialize. And today, if he says that I don't know how he intends to come to power, when somehow he comes to power for 4 years, he will get rid of something that is generating income for the nation, something that is supplementing the national budget. I would say to Ghanaians, please, we know this man. We know the man that led Ghanaians to sleep in
we only have few minutes. We only have few minutes. So if you want to land for us, but next week we'll be here from 9. Sorry for the. So we experienced some.
All what I'm going to say to Ghanaians is, we should all contribute our quota. The E-levy, we know there's been misconceptions. People are being told different stories. But the little that we all pay today will bear fruit tomorrow, and Ghana will be the winner. Thank you all very much.
Thank you. We're not taking any more calls. We did experience some technical difficulties, and we started late. And next week we'll be starting 9 on the dot. Thank you. So if we all have to land, because of time, starting from you, Richard.
Right. Thank you very much for all our listeners and my
the future of E-levy, everything. 2 minutes.
All I would like to say is, I would like to tell my colleague friend Mr. Bimpe to carry the message to the government. I'm not prepared to blame the government too much currently, at the moment at least. We just come out of the COVID. But if the government would like to listen to the people on the ground and not assume from the top, at least me and you, if we think or if you behave like human, we will understand there is a problem on the ground and listen to them.
Nanado is listening. He mostly watch.
Best ways.
He normally watches this program, and Mahama also watches it. So just send your message to them directly.
I want the government to understand there is pains and hardship on the ground, and must listen to the people on the ground, the public, not the party members. I'm talking about the public, the members of the public, when they are implementing their policies and their tax regulations. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mr. Kitty Yosin.
Yeah, what I have to say.
Kwaku came with mathematics file, so and then Elia Breno now.
You see, our government in power spend over 21 billion Ghana cedis to do the banking clearing. Does it make sense? Can you talk about it? They spend so much money to close banks at a lower cost. Then what's happened? There's corruption there. So I hope the government will find out what went wrong. Why they use a sledgehammer to crush just one peanut? That's what they've done. It's a sad story.
No.
Dictatorship.
One of our viewers want you to repeat that. You said they use what?
A sledgehammer to crush a peanut.
Oh.
One peanut. Instead of just crushing it, you use a hammer to crush it. They use a big money to close down Kosindo's bank because he's a political opponent, and we all believe in God. One day, if God comes down to Ghana, I will meet him.
Thank you. Kwaku, Mr. Ketiosi is saying one day if God comes to Ghana, he will meet him.
After that, you wouldn't make a great deal.
If God comes to Ghana, I saw from Ghana. He's saying, if God comes to Ghana, so God is not in Ghana.
If God
With all the pastors in Ghana, you heard the pastor preaching here today.
too many pastors in Ghana, this is going to go closer.
Or see, if God comes to Ghana, he will meet him. He will go and meet him.
But that's it. Yes. Thank you so much. Now, kakra me come and maybe say, you must say Ghana for you now. Say, omunya butre. Na MVP abayi no nhyehyɛ odi tudwa no the right nhyehyɛ oba bruchire se na bruchire fefe yeti hey nhyehyɛ se ya no mutu akwanto se kakra 100 years 150 years na abedu baby a bepenso abedu a nyina ye ni agye a deti hey sabi ne pa ofie but I pain to gain enti ebidum be lose the be again ye mama ne benya ebi kwa ye makro mu nya bi but ye mama eno na o se ye gene ho enye ne ebedi sabi ye ne ne akogya ya nan ochina there be e kanu kwa de anka ye nya hwe eni enim perhaps it be a political party be or basa no be maybe be a bindie yes ye pese de Ghana ekononim ye de Ghana di America ye digitize systems ye pese Ghana yes abrochire we want every Ghanaian to be educated ye pese every Ghanaian healthy ye pese every Ghanaian to be aduane die but yes remo kakra citizens nso be ye no yes ye contribute business E-levy contributions way in as much as I am painful for the start and who benefits later on no wild and matter we be asked for tuning in Kofi.
Thank you. One of our viewers just sent a message which also is saying that they want you to come next week to finish because you didn't finish everything due to the technical problems. And Mr. Kitiosen as well and Richard.
And we want NDC to be here.
You want NDC?
I know Usacha is
okay.
Transfer. That's why it's far away. That's why it's not.
So you want NDC present here?
I want him to come and defend.
Yeah.
People thought you were defending John Mahama earlier on.
Thank you. We would like to take this opportunity to thank everyone. But Mr. Richard want to say something quickly.
I know I've given my final words already, but I would like to tell all Ghanaians, the LPG is the most flexible party in Ghana. We aspire to listen to all sides, all walks of life. We are flexible. We don't have any strict ideology to box us in a particular way of movement. No problem. We call all Ghanaians to join us. Thank you.
Who said something? This is a
political party any ideology that
Thank you very much. Producer, yes,
right or center, left, center,
our viewers next week will be here on Thursday.
It doesn't matter.
At 9 p.m. Thank you all. Thank you, producer Jobedu and Sister Damsoa. Good night, everyone. Good night.
For the departed, celebrate their lives and support the bereaved families. There will be music, cultural performances, recitals, socialization, and counseling.
Nisa entina yetu yensa ediafre obi biara se mumfa odo embebo odo imu na yenka yenuanoma omotoye COVID-19 ebremu enti se wonnim odofo bi onue bi otoye a bomodi ne freyen na yemfa no enka dwumadie hu ewo numbers wey so 078-5256-8831 and I say 0744-608-1838.
Remember, it's the Ghanaian Community COVID Memorial Service in honor of those who passed away in the Ghanaian community during the pandemic. On Sunday, the 29th of May 2022, Bank Holiday Weekend, Broadwater Farm Community Center, 4 p.m. to 10 p.m.
This program is supported by Ghana High Commission, T. Crip and Sons Funeral Home, National Council of Ghana Union, Ghanaian Churches, Ghana Muslim Council, Ghana Christian Council, Ghana Union, our traditional chiefs and queen mothers, and Omega House.
Media partners, June 4 Crew, Hot Digital Online, A-Class Photography, Abna's Campaign Outreach, and Omega Live TV. Yeda sponsors Nasi, Najmedie, also Pesel Bebois, the Patrol Fred 07852 568 831.
Ghana for Woyonko Daniel Da, Entimayensia 29th May, our Broadwater Farm.
Some trust in chariots.
America krani a COVID-19 yare kodi ewu ti atese no. Ye nuanom Ghana fo bebre na won ho ka mu. Na onyame asam say won na wo su no ene won nsu. Enti ebra so say ye kai ye nuanom yi. Beloved, the Committee for the Celebration of the COVID-19 Victims in the Ghanaian Community, in conjunction with Reconciliation International, invite you to the Ghanaian Community COVID Memorial Service in honor of our brothers and sisters who passed away in the Ghanaian community during the pandemic.
Na Sergio Medie Kesie yi bekoso Sunday the 29th of May 2022. Ewa Broadwater Farms Community Center, Adams Road, London, N17 6HE. Nearest tube station, Seven Sisters, Bruce Grove, 10 Park Lane. Passes to the venue are W4, 243 and 123. Na Ebrenin so yebesha asie 4 p.m. ekosi enyumre 10 p.m. pepepe.
This is a time to remember the departed, celebrate their lives, and support the bereaved families. There will be music, cultural performances, recitals, socialization, and counseling.
Nisa enti na yetu yensa edi afre obi biara se mumfa odo embebo odo imu na yenka ye nuanom a omoto ye COVID-19 ebremu enti se wonnim odofo bi onua bi a oto ya bomodin ne frɛ yɛn na yɛmfa no enka dwumadie ho ɛwɔ numbers wey so 078-5256-8831 anase 0744-608-1838.
Remember, it's the Ghanaian Community COVID Memorial Service in honor of those who passed away in the Ghanaian community during the pandemic. On Sunday, the 29th of May 2022, Bank Holiday Weekend, Broadwater Farm Community Center, 4 p.m. to 10 p.m.
This program is supported by Ghana High Commission, T. Crip and Sons Funeral Home, National Council of Ghana Union, Ghanaian Churches, Ghana Muslim Council, Ghana Christian Council, Ghana Union, our traditional chiefs and queen mothers, and Omega House.
Media partners, Jumbo Crew, Hot Digital Online, A-Class Photography, Abna's Campaign Outreach, and Omega Live TV. Yeda sponsors Nasi, Najmedie, also Pesa Obabwa, the part of Fred 07852 568 831.
Ghana for Woyonko Daniel Da, enti ma yenhia 29th May, ewo Broadwater Farm.
Some trust in chariots.
America krani a COVID-19 yare kodi ewu ti atese no. Ye nuanom Ghana fo bebre na won ho ka mu. Na onyame asam say won na wo su no ene won nsu. Enti ebra so say ye kai ye nuanom yi. Beloved, the Committee for the Celebration of the COVID-19 Victims in the Ghanaian Community, in conjunction with Reconciliation International, invite you to the Ghanaian Community COVID Memorial Service in honor of our brothers and sisters who passed away in the Ghanaian community during the pandemic.
Na Sergio Medie Kesie yi bekoso Sunday the 29th of May 2022. Ewa Broadwater Farms Community Center, Adams Road, London, N17 6HE. Nearest tube station, Seven Sisters, Bruce Grove, 10 Park Lane. Passes to the venue are W4, 243 and 123. Na Ebrenin so yebesha asie 4 p.m. ekosi enyumre 10 p.m. pepepe.
This is a time to remember the departed, celebrate their lives, and support the bereaved families. There will be music, cultural performances, recitals, socialization, and counseling.
Nisa enti na yetu yensa edi afre obi biara se mumfa odo embebo odo imu na yenka ye nuanom a omoto ye COVID-19 ebremu enti se wonnim odofo bi onua bi a oto ya bomodin ne frɛ yɛn na yɛmfa no enka dwumadie ho ɛwɔ numbers wey so 078-5256-8831 anase 0744 608-1838.
Remember, it's the Ghanaian Community COVID Memorial Service in honor of those who passed away in the Ghanaian community during the pandemic. On Sunday, the 29th of May 2022, Bank Holiday Weekend, Broadwater Farm Community Center, 4 p.m. to 10 p.m.
This program is supported by Ghana High Commission, T. Crip and Sons Funeral Home, National Council of Ghana Union, Ghanaian Churches, Ghana Muslim Council, Ghana Christian Council, Ghana Union, our traditional chiefs and queen mothers, and Omega House.
Media partners, Jumbo Crew, Hot Digital Online, A-Class Photography, Abnas Campaign Outreach, and Omega Live TV. Yeda sponsors Nasi, Najmedie, also Pesel Bebois, the Patrol Fre 07852 568 831.
Ghana for we young Daniel da, enti ma yenhia 29